This is the Tier 10 Soviet Collector Medium, the T-22 Medium. It is a vehicle that's mainly known for having maneuverability, solid levels of armor, and a very hard-hitting gun. Now within the present update of 11.3, they decided to buff the absolute crap out of this vehicle. First off, they changed the armor a little bit, so it did get bits of armor here and there, it did get bits of armor added here and there, and it did get a slight nerf on its lower plate. Not only that, it got a really significant buff to its reload, now from 6.23 average to 6.04 average, which means even if you are running calibrated shells with the provisions and the consumables ran, then you can bring the reload up to 5.7, which is actually really crazy. Not only that, this vehicle also got a buff to its power to weight, which is from 18.7 to 19.5, and it also got tungsten shells, which is absolutely crazy. Shot dispersion did get a little bit of a nerf though, along with the shell speed as well. So the T-22 medium is just a very well-rounded medium at that. And now with that reload time combined with the tungsten rounds, this thing can become an absolute beast now. So we're making it our way into our first battle. So we already got a 4005 spotted off in the back. So it's going back on upwards, and interestingly enough, we did manage to bounce the 4005's turret, which is kind of rad. So that's going to give us another chance to do 401 on his turret, which is absolutely crazy. So we're just going to mosey on over towards this 4005 right over here and see if we can get some more bonks into him. He is clearly not eyeballing us at the moment, which is unfortunate upon his behalf. So let's go ahead and get another tap for 308 into him. And here is where the solid reload time comes into play, and that 4005 gets instantly cleared. Would have thought that he would have gotten a shell into me after he did misfire his first shell, but that was not unfortunately the case. So let's go ahead and mosey on forward towards the rest of the remaining enemies that are off towards the side right over here. All right, so we got a Yag Tiger spotted. We also got a T-54 out in the open right here. Let's go ahead and mosey forward just a little bit. Oh, I am stuck between the tracks. That's unfortunate. All right, well, that was a terrible maneuver upon my behalf, so let's continue moving on forward. We got a Yag Tiger right over here, and it looks like that he's clearly not aiming in right behind us, or has no idea that we're trying to flank directly behind him in the process. So there we go. Nice tap into him. Let's go ahead and get the second tap into him. There we go, and let's reload again, and he clearly... Oh, we got a Chieftain spotted off to the side. That was a bit of a low roll. 285. Ouch. That's crazy. All right. We got the T-54. It looks like he's going to come on over as well. Let's go ahead and bounce him too. That's kind of crazy. All right. Let's go ahead and activate the tungsten now. So let's get one tap into him for 340. All right. It's reloading again. And let's bait a shell from the T-54. That is absolutely perfect. And there we go. 360. You can see the levels of DPM that this thing produces combined with the tungsten shells, that you're able to pull out some rolls like that, which is absolutely crazy. So let's go ahead and get another tap into the 54 right over here. Let's go ahead and maneuver right around. Oh, unfortunately, he gets cleared. So let's go ahead and get another tap into the T-54 and reloading once again. And it looks like that he is cleared. That's really good. Let's go ahead and get the a miss into the Proghetto, which is all right. It looks like we got the Chieftain right over here as well, so it looks like that he is out in the open. So let's go ahead and get some taps into him. So reloading once again. He tried to get a Hesh into me, but it unfortunately did not work. So there we go. Another tap into him. So let's go ahead and reload once again, and he gets finished off. We also got the Proghetto off in the back. That shell unfortunately goes high. So we got the E5 as well. Let's see if we can finish these two stinkers off in the process. There we go. Nice tap into the E5. All right, and it looks like they have an IS-4 as well. So let's go ahead and get the finishing clear into you. There's the IS-4. All right, so reloading once again, and there's a nice tap for 298, and reloading again. Let's see if he gets a troll bounce. Unfortunately not, but there's a 388 max roll into him, and he is going to be finished off by me in the process. And just like that, the levels of DPM on this thing are absolutely insane, and that is a very solid demonstration to explain such purpose. We were able to break over 5,000 damage in this one, 5615, blocking 1980 in the process, pulling out a first class and destroying 3, and it's kind of obvious that we did top on the team in this one. That is a very solid result at that. So let's go ahead and hop into our second battle and see how we can fare well. This thing's a beast, I'm not going to lie. The levels of DPM that this thing carries now is absolutely ridiculous. And now that you have tungsten shells rolling 350 to 370 average damage per shot, that's ridiculous that accrue throughout a medium like this. So anyways, here we are in our second battle. Let's see what they got. They got an M60 in terms of their mediums. All right. We also got a Pergetto along with us, so we do have the advantage at that. So we're going to kind of see how we can fare well going towards the left. That is if the Pergetto ends up coming along with me as well. So, alright, bro, you going to come with me? Alright, that's good. Let's go ahead and mosey on through and see what we can spot. That power to weight is actually pretty beneficial as well because it got one bit of extra power to weight, so now this vehicle can get into the front line more quickly than what it used to, which is actually kind of crazy. Alright, so we're just going to kind of poke right over here. There's the M60 right over there. Unfortunately, missing that first shell. He can't really do anything against me as my turret armor is pretty straightforward, insane. We got the minnow off in the back, and that's the problem with the gun on this thing at times whenever you're switching your shells, is because of that nerf, it really affected the shell velocity at that. So I don't know what this M60 is doing. We still got our tungsten right there. There we go, 337 into him. All right, we're going to kind of mosey on up right along over here as the minnow is also spotted along the side as well. So this M60, I think, is probably going to make a careless mistake and mosey on up. Wow, we actually got our blunker. That's crazy, bro. All right, nice. We got to tap into the M60 once again. All right, that Pergetto, I don't know what happened to him in the process, but anyways. All right, so I'm just going to kind of back on down just a little bit. Let's see what this minnow is probably going to do. He's probably going to try to tunnel me in the process. That looks like that is going to be the case. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to go through this way right over here. Now, what I want this minnow to do is that I want him to move up towards me. And, all right, we are able to spot him just at the slightest bit. I want him to move up towards me so that I would have the advantage of possibly trying to get a track shell into him. And then maybe, just like that, unfortunately, he does have bits of gun depression. That's kind of the advantage of using a minnow at that. Alright, so the only thing that we can do is miss the hatch, unfortunately enough. Alright, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm just going to... Okay, well, never mind. We actually got the E100 coming with us. Okay, that's really good. Alright. So now that I have a bit of support coming through with me, I'm just going to let my E100 take the shot for me. And then after he goes through and... Alright, let's see. What are you going to do, guys? Alright, I got my full team up here pretty much. So let's go ahead and activate the tungsten and get a quick tap into you for 340. Alright, now we're just going to reload again, use that solid DPM up to my advantage, and get the clear into him. Alright, that was a very solid maneuver, and gladly my teammate decided to want to come up at the last second. And now I know that they have some vehicles off in the back. I am not going to poke until I 100% know that their TDs are camping off in the back. So I'm just going to kind of sit right over here. Yep, the E100 is spotted during the process. We also got the Rhino off in the back. All right, I don't think it would be necessarily ideal for me to poke this, so I'm actually just going to go around and see what else I can try to peck off in the process without having to waste any more hit points, because I wasted a pretty solid chunk. And although the T-22 medium may have bits of troll armor here and there, sometimes when you angle it, those spots will become more vulnerable at that. Okay, so it looks like this Rhino ended up moving on downwards to a point to where he is now getting pecked off by several of our vehicles. So there we go. Nice tap into the Rhino right there. All right, so let's go ahead and mosey on around him at the moment. And there we go. We get the clear into him. I am really concerned about where this 183 is. He has not been spotted the whole battle, and he ended up getting a kerblunker into me at the start. So I'm just going to kind of back on up just a little bit over here. And we're going to kind of make our way very sneakily over here. So, oh, there's the 183. Okay, perfect. So, we got the 60 off in the back. I don't know if I want to try to take a shot from him one way or another, so we're just going to kind of sneakily do our thing like we did before. All right, there's the 60 right over there. Can we get a shot into him? Okay, but at least we tried to, but unfortunately didn't end up penning. So we're going to activate the tungsten and get a quick slap into him for 308. There we go. All right. So now we're just going to kind of move on through just a little bit. Let's see. I think this WZ ended up coming on down. Oh, and there is a concept off in the back. Okay, it looks like he's AFK, so that's actually really good. So Alright, now all that's left is the enemy WZ. So it looks like that he's not eyeballing me or it looks like that he was eyeballing me, but unfortunately not able to do anything apart from that. So we're just going to go ahead and get another tap for 270, and wow, they actually bounced him. That's ridiculous, bro. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to have to take care of everything in the process, so... Alright, now we got the enemy concept off in the back who is AFK, so we're just going to farm as much damage as we can as possible into him before my enemies have a chance to maybe get high kerblunkling shots like that WZ is right there. That's the beauty part of having DPM as well, especially when you're farming damage to the best of your ability. So it looks like that this guy is going to prevent me from trying to pen any more shots, so I'm just going to move on through. Okay, unfortunate. Well, that's totally fine. It looks like that was about 4,000 damage right there for our second battle. Very solid at that. I mean, it was kind of a weird one considering I lost a lot of my hit points at that. So, there we go. Oh, 39-37. Barely, I would pencil it in as 4,000 damage, but still. It just goes to show, this vehicle is still pretty solid. Even after the changes, it has gotten slightly better to what it was in its original state. And don't get me wrong, I do love the T-22 medium for what it was. And, I didn't really demonstrate its capabilities before it got it, or when it got its PBR graphics, or the update just right when it got its PBR graphics. Oh my goodness, I cannot speak. So yeah, that's basically everything that goes through it with the T-22 medium. So, anyways, hopefully you guys did end up enjoying today's video, and if you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to turn on those bell notifications while at it so you don't miss out on any new videos. I know it's going to be a little bit of a short one today, it's because at the time of recording this video, the date currently is October 7th, and by the time you are probably going to be watching this video, Hurricane Milton will have made landfall in Florida, the state where I am from, and the eye wall is heading straight towards the county to where I am currently staying at. So expect me not to be uploading or streaming for the next upcoming days, as I will be fleeing further south. So anyways, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.